Thank you very much. My name's Madeleine. I was brought up by an alcoholic single dad. No sympathy, fine, screw you. I'm not going to go into it because obviously it's deeply private and personal, and also I'm saving it up for my best-selling children's book, Wake Up Daddy, the Wolves Are Screaming. But it did mean I spent a lot of time in pubs growing up, and not sort of nice pubs, you know what I mean, like you get now with pot plants and artwork on the walls and women. But proper sort of old school boozers, you probably know the ones, with names like the syphilitic Duke and the bricklayer's prostate. So I spent a lot of time around geezers growing up. Some of you may be too young to know what a geezer is. It's basically a sort of half man, half crab. That survives on lager and pork scratchings. A geezer is capable of experiencing two emotions, horny and football. He's basically a lad that's seen some shit, do you know what I mean? His wife's left him, she's taken the kids, but he hasn't noticed because he's still too busy getting annoyed they let a woman present Match of the Day. So as well as being a geezer, my dad was a proud feminist, so as you can see, he brought me up to be a strong, powerful, inspiring boy. I am the rare female geezer sometimes to be seen joining in a conversation about grouting just a little bit too enthusiastically. I was raised by geezers, so when I was a kid, I walked like a geezer, I talked like a geezer, I even sat like a geezer. I don't know if you've ever seen an 8-year-old girl man spread. He is problematic in a whole different way. People sometimes hear these stories, right, and they tell me their own sad stories because they think I'll be sympathetic. Wrong. There's nothing someone who had a bad childhood hates more than someone else who had a worse one. To me, this is a competition, and I'll make stuff up to win. You had a bad dad, I'll raise you a mad mum. You had a mad mum, I'll raise you a weird uncle. You had a weird uncle, my entire family died in a car crash at 13. Oh, your family died in a car crash at 13? I died in a car crash at 13, and you're talking to a ghost. But I rebelled against the geezer lifestyle. I got really into reading, went to quite a posh university. It's a weird experience going up the social ladder. It's given me a sort of weird in-between accent I would describe as undercover policewoman trying to buy drugs. A lot of women like the bad boys, don't they? I was raised by a bad boy, so I sort of rebelled in the other direction. A little confession for you. I like my men like I like my coffee, weak. Genuinely, I like the kind of guy who leaves a stag night early because it's all getting a bit disrespectful. Or stays because he's got weak boundaries, but spends the whole night apologising to the stripper. Sorry about that lot, Crystal. Tell me more about your maths degree. That's the sort of energy I like. A good place to pick up boring men is Park Run. Because like an ageing lion, you can hone in on the slow and the weak. Do you know what I mean? The guy at the front with the rib tabs, no chance. The accountant at the back with the heart murmur in the limb, that's my boy. Been doing a bit of dating in middle age because my life's going exactly to plan, absolutely nailing that shit. 10 out of 10, no notes. It's a bit different dating in middle age. You sleep with someone for the first time in your 20s. It's sort of like your first band practice, isn't it? You both only know 3 chords, but you're just so excited to be there. You get a bit older, it's more like 2 weary session musicians squaring up to play the hits. I mean, all right, Jeff, you give me a middle C, I'll set the rhythm. Let's wrap this up before Midsummer Murders. But I am branching out. I went to my first orgy recently. Thanks for the ticket, Phoebe. I don't know why, it's just the sort of thing you do in London when you're too old for M&M World, too young for the National Trust. I don't like it, man. I'm not a sex party person. I personally don't feel any sexual act is improved by the presence of bunting. And more than that, I think kinky sex is for cowards. I'm just going to say it. I think it's for cowards. I think nothing is more dangerous than vanilla monogamy. Do you know what I mean? Nothing. I was at that party, I was seeing people beating each other, drinking each other's bodily fluids. And I thought, fundamentally, you're all here because you're not hard enough to go to B&Q with someone who hates you. I mean, you think that gimp mask is suffocating? Try intimacy. You've been lovely, but I got to go. I got my kids parked outside in a double yellow. I've been Madeleine Brettingham. Thank you.